Welcome to Liberty Audiobook, your place for powerful ideas in minutes. Today, we are diving into the essential guide, Struggling Socially. Learn people skills in minutes. Audiobooks summary by Patrick King. Roadmap to mastering human connection in a world that often feels disconnected. This summary will equip you with the science and strategies to build trust, spark conversations, and strengthen every relationship in your life, all within a 30 to 60-minute listen. Get ready to unlock your true potential. We begin by understanding why people's skills matter more than ever. Have you ever felt like you said the wrong thing or watched a conversation turn awkward? In today's screen-dominated world, genuine connection often feels elusive. Patrick King asserts that social success is not about being charming or extroverted. It is about being aware and intentional in your engagement. People skills are about understanding emotions, communicating clearly, building trust, and navigating tough conversations to create meaningful connections. The core insight here is that people are more drawn to those who make them feel interesting, rather than those who try to be interesting. Your first step to transformation: focus entirely on the other person for 60 seconds during your next interaction, listening and observing without planning your reply. This rare presence is incredibly powerful. Next, we explore the art of first impressions, how to be instantly likable. In under 7 seconds, people form an opinion of you based on your facial expressions, tone, posture, and presence. This is not about faking it, but about mastering intentional presence. A warm, genuine smile that reaches your eyes, steady and relaxed eye contact, a confident posture, and a calm, warm tone of voice are your secret weapons. Projecting a curiosity-driven mindset, focusing on what is fascinating about others, makes you irresistibly engaging. Avoid trying too hard to impress. Likability is a side effect of genuine outward-focused energy. Pause, breathe, smile, and make eye contact before speaking. Let your energy arrive first. Chapter 3 unveils mastering the supple power of listening. Most people focus on what to say, but King flips the script. The most powerful skill is real, intentional listening. This means mental presence, no distractions, emotional validation, acknowledging feelings without judgment, and non-verbal engagement, eye contact, nods. When you truly listen, you instantly become someone others trust and are drawn to. Avoid listening with an agenda, waiting to insert your opinion. Instead, try mirror listening, reflecting back what the person said to show deep empathy. Good listeners slow things down, embrace silence, and make others feel heard, which is a magnetic force in itself. In reading people, understanding what they are not saying, we learn to interpret the unspoken. Beyond words, people broadcast emotions, reactions, and intentions through tone, expression, and posture. King urges us to slow down and observe congruence. Does their body language match their words? Lack of congruence often signals discomfort. Learn to decode cues like eye contact intensity, speech speed, crossed arms, and genuine versus fake smiles. This is not about manipulation, but attunement. The better you get at this, the more emotionally fluent you become. Spend 5 minutes observing someone without overanalyzing, and you will become more intuitive and connected. Chapter 5 reveals the science of empathy, how to connect on a deeper level. Empathy is the ability to understand, feel, and reflect another's emotional experience, building instant trust and diffusing tension. It is feeling with someone, not just for them. King's formula for empathy: slow down, imagine what it feels like to be in their shoes, and reflect back their emotion, e.g., that sounds tough. Using emotional labeling, e.g., you seem overwhelmed, helps calm the brain and fosters safety. Empathy is a quiet, subtle, yet life-changing skill that makes people feel seen, heard, and deeply understood. How to be more engaging. Conversation that captivates. Chapter 6 teaches us that charisma is a skill. It is about creating emotional resonance and curiosity. Start by energy matching, then gently leading the conversation. Use open loops, unresolved thoughts or stories to create curiosity. Tell stories with details and emotion, rather than just stating facts. Ask better, open-ended questions that invite stories and personality, e.g., what has been the highlight of your week? Balance talking with listening, and do not forget playfulness. Engaging people are emotionally present, curious, and a little bold, making others feel like stars in their own stories. The art of saying the right thing. How to speak with impact. Chapter 7 focuses on clarity, timing, and emotional resonance. Speak concisely, stripping your message to its essence. Use tone, pauses, and volume shifts to create emphasis and sincerity. Intentional timing means knowing when to speak less or when silence is your greatest ally. Choose your language carefully. I have noticed, instead of you always, or I felt upset when that happened, instead of you made me upset. Use examples, metaphors, add analogies to make abstract concepts sticky. Frame feedback to empower, not shame. Speak to connect, not to impress. Your words will then be felt, not just heard. Chapter 8 Building Trust, the foundation of all relationships, highlights that trust is earned through consistency, authenticity, and vulnerability. Initial trust, or swift trust, relies on signals like eye contact, body language, and honoring your word. Be your real self. Authenticity creates a safe space. Be consistent. Follow through on promises. Listen actively. People feel valued when truly heard. Use open body language, genuine smiles, and steady eye contact. Vulnerability, like admitting mistakes, asking for help, builds deep bonds. Do not rush trust, but create fertile ground for it to grow. How to handle conflict gracefully and effectively. Chapter 9 acknowledges that conflict is inevitable. The key is managing it with grace, emotional control, and a focus on resolution. Cultivate self-awareness of your emotions. Pause before reacting. Practice active listening, reflecting back what you hear before responding. Find common ground and shared goals to shift from combat to cooperation. Use I statements instead of you statements to avoid blame. Know when to take a break if emotions run high. Mirror problem solving to strengthen respect and understanding. In mastering nonverbal communication, what you say without words. Chapter 10. King emphasizes that over 70% of communication is nonverbal. Become aware of your body language, crossed arms, eye contact, posture, gestures, and tone of voice. Open body language, uncrossed arms, relaxed posture, leaning in, signals approachability. Genuine smiles create warmth. Use gestures naturally. Vary your pitch, volume, and pace to keep speech engaging. Reading others' nonverbal cues allows you to adjust your approach in real time. Aligning your body language with your words creates authentic, compelling communication. How to give and receive compliments with impact. Chapter 11 highlights compliments as powerful tools for positive relationships. Be authentic and specific. Focus on qualities or actions. I admire how you handled that meeting, rather than vague praise. Time your compliments in the moment for strongest impact. Deliver them with a warm tone, eye contact, and a smile. When receiving compliments, accept them gracefully with a simple thank you rather than deflecting. Use compliments as relationship bridges, but avoid manipulative praise. The power of small talk. Turning casual conversations into meaningful connections. Chapter 12 reframes small talk as a foundational skill. It is not about meaningless topics, but creating comfort and curiosity. Use open-ended questions, e.g., what was the best part of your weekend, to invite stories. Listen actively, reflect back what you hear, and use appropriate humor. Share a little about yourself and be mindful of nonverbal cues. Enjoy the process. Every small talk interaction is a chance to practice empathy and curiosity. Developing empathy, the heart of connection. Chapter 13 reiterates empathy as the core effective people skills. It is feeling with someone, not just for them. Cultivated through active listening, emotional awareness, and curiosity without judgment. Subtly mirror emotions and reflect back feelings. Be present with others in pain without trying to fix it. Empathy fuels conflict resolution and strengthens relationships. Building rapport quickly, the shortcut to trust and likability. Chapter 14 teaches that rapport is the foundation of trust and influence. Mirroring body language, tone, and energy creates subconscious similarity. Find common ground early. Use the person's name naturally. Project genuine positive regard, warmth, and friendliness. Use appropriate humor and maintain comfortable eye contact. Adapt your communication style to the listener's preferences. The art of asking questions. Unlocking deeper conversations. Chapter 15 emphasizes that the right questions drive conversations. Use open-ended questions, e.g., what did you enjoy most? To invite elaboration. Ask follow-up questions to show genuine interest. Avoid overly personal questions too early. Use hypothetical questions to spark creativity. Listen actively to answers and balance questions with sharing your own insights. How to handle criticism gracefully and grow from feedback. Chapter 16 teaches that criticism is an opportunity for growth. Manage your emotional response by pausing and reframing. Listen actively without interrupting and ask clarifying questions. Do not take criticism personally. Separate your identity from your actions. Acknowledge valid points. Express your viewpoint calmly and reflect on feedback privately. Practice gratitude for constructive criticism. How to apologize sincerely and repair relationships. Chapter 17 explains that a genuine apology mends trust and heals hurt. Acknowledge the mistake clearly without minimizing. Express genuine remorse and avoid excuses. Offer a plan to make amends. Apologize as soon as possible, but be mindful of high emotions. Listen actively to the other person's feelings. Embrace humility. Managing difficult people. Staying calm and effective in challenging interactions. Chapter 18 provides strategies for handling difficult individuals. Stay calm and composed. Set clear boundaries, politely but firmly. Do not take things personally. Use active listening to diffuse tension, find common ground, and disengage if the situation becomes toxic. Use assertive communication without aggression. The role of body language. Communicating without words. Chapter 19 reinforces that open body language, uncrossed arms, relaxed posture, eye contact, signals approachability. Subtly mirroring others builds rapport. Avoid negative body language like fidgeting. Smile genuinely. Respect personal space. Align your body language with your words for authentic communication. The power of positive attitude. Attracting people with optimism and confidence. Approach challenges constructively. Use positive self-talk and express genuine enthusiasm. Resilience and gratitude reinforce positivity. Avoid negativity. Authentic positivity makes you approachable and builds rapport. Becoming a great conversationalist. The key to lasting connections. Chapter 21 stresses genuine interest in others. Balanced talking and listening. Use stories and anecdotes. Employ appropriate humor. Pay attention to body language and vocal tone. Prepare versatile conversation starters and practice regularly. How to give and receive compliments. Boosting confidence and connection. Chapter 22 is a re-emphasis on the power of specific, sincere, and well-timed compliments. Accepting them gracefully with a thank you fosters mutual goodwill. Building trust. The foundation of all strong relationships. Chapter 23 revisits trust as the cornerstone earned through consistent honesty, reliability, and vulnerability. Respect confidentiality and be dependable. Acknowledge that rebuilding trust takes consistent effort. Finally, emotional intelligence. Understanding and managing emotions in social settings. Chapter 24 summarizes the overarching theme: self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, social awareness, and relationship management are crucial. Be present, avoid common communication mistakes, and learn to handle social anxiety and awkward silences. Practice reading social cues, build likability, and handle rejection with resilience. Cultivate social confidence, end conversations gracefully, and practice active listening. Balance assertiveness with humility, influence without manipulation, and maintain relationships long-term by consistently making people feel seen and valued. Patrick King concludes that the best people skills come from inner development, kindness, curiosity, patience, and emotional balance. When you focus on becoming your best self, your social skills naturally shine. You now have the blueprint to understand others, build rapport, speak with clarity, and carry yourself with confidence. Do not just absorb this knowledge. Live it. Practice presence and purpose. Because better people skills do not just change how others see you. They transform how you see yourself, unlocking trust, love, and influence.